What is up, everybody? It is me, DevilNeverCry, and we are back with another brief video on Resident Evil Village, in an area that many of you will seem quite familiar to those who've played the Village demo, but we are in the full game. But I digress. In today's video, I want to go over a brief tip for shooting and landing more consistent hits, and critical hits at that. Many of you who've played Resident Evil 7, or Remake 2 and Remake 3 will likely know what I am talking about, and that simply is letting your reticle center itself after firing a shot. It seems counterintuitive, right? Waiting in between shots, I haven't got time to do that. There's something shambling my way, or in the event of a Lycan, something sprinting your way. So instinctively you want to just start firing and get as many shots down range as you can. But as you can see, when you aim down your sight and you start to mash, that sharp reticle blooms, opens up, and it essentially means that you don't really know where your shots are going to go. Now, this is obviously not a good thing, because you want to be aiming, for the enemy, and if you don't have an accurate reticle, you're likely to miss your shots, which isn't all that great in a survival horror game with limited resources. Along with that, enemies like to move quite erratically in this game. They like to juke you out. They like to dance. They see you aiming, they want to make it a challenge. And you can't lead your shots or aim effectively if your reticle is as big as the sun, if that makes sense. Hyperbole, I know, but the same altogether. So, what you want to do is you simply want to wait a second after firing to let your reticle center itself, allowing you to aim more effectively. Again, it's going to seem counterintuitive. You're going to have to resist the urge to start pumping enemies full of lead, but it does work. Now, in regards to critical hits, many of you, again, who have played RE7 or Remake 2, Remake 3, will know that if you let your reticle center itself, when you aimed at an enemy, you were more likely to get a critical hit. Critical hits and obviously headbursts work on RNG. It's always been like this in the series, even back on the old PS1. You always had a percentage of a chance, and just with some qualitative testing I've done, just with some of the enemies out here, I've found that I've been more able to consistently get headshots if I let the reticle center itself after I fired. Doesn't mean that I always got them, it just means that I found it more consistent to get them and slightly easier to get them if I let my reticle center itself. But that is going to be it for this video. Just a brief tip for those of you who are diving into the horror that is Resident Evil Village. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, do be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing, as there is more Resident Evil Village content on the way. And with all that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next video.